Good evening, this is Rashad Mitchell, coming to you live from the YouTube channel as I continue on my part series. The week that was college football history review, the 1965 college football season. This is week number 5, October 16th. Let's get into it. First and foremost, Syracuse beat Penn State by a score of 28-21. Syracuse ran 36 plays to 91 for Penn State, yet Orangemen had magnificent halfback Floyd Little to sprint for 91, 69, 25-yard scores, while Lions had no such weapon. After Orangeman fullback Ron Oyer had roared 17 yards to second quarter touchdown, the Lions halfback Don Kunitz fumbled quickly, provided Little with his first touchdown chance for 14-0 lead. Little made it 21-0 with 91-yard punt return in the third quarter before fullback Mike McNaughton's 2 touchdowns got Penn State back in the game at 21-15, and the Lions outgained Orange 387 to 193. Navy shut out versus Pittsburgh 12-0 Washington D.C. North Carolina beat Maryland by score 12-10. West Virginia beat West Virginia shutout blowout 41-0. Richmond, unbeaten West Virginia, was averaging 44.5 points in its opening victories, but received huge comeuppance from Virginia. Cavs turned a pair of West Virginia fumbles on kickoff returns into touchdowns and cashed in defensive back Jim Downey's interception for another score. Virginia's offense wasn't happening itself. Virginia quarterback Tom Hodges led 92 88-yard touchdown drives in second quarter to put Cavaliers up 21-0 at halftime on 7-yard touchdown pass to end Ed Carrington when Cavaliers halfback John Hincavage raced 9 yards with second half kickoff. Virginia opened another 3-touchdown floodgate. Superb pass defense by Virginia prevented any completions by quarterback Alan McCoon until verdict was iced in third quarter. Alabama and Tennessee played to a 7-7 tie as a result. Alabama sophomore quarterback Ken Stabler went on to make few mistakes in his brilliant college and pro careers, but his critical blunder with 6 seconds left cost Pips the Tide a chance to win. Thanks to fine passes by Stabler, Alabama drove downfield and reached Tennessee 4-yard line on Stabler's 14-yard dash. The Snake then fired past out of bounds to stop clock for entry of field goal team, but his incomplete pass came on 4th down. Confused, Stabler thought his scramble had earned first down, but he had lost track of goal-to-goal situation that started with first down just inside the 10-yard line. His run only had helped make up lost 10 yards on bad second down pitch up. Earlier, rivals traded short second quarter touchdown runs, fullback Stan Mitchell for Volunteers and quarterback Steve Sloan for Bama. Although Alabama dominated second half on way to gain in 361 yards to 5 yards stats advantage, Sloan lost 2 vital fumbles. Tennessee linebacker Frank Emmanuel Pilfered Pigston at Volunteers 1-yard line in third quarter, and Sloan lost another end of long drive, 4:50 to go in fourth quarter. Part of Coach Bear Bryant's legend was cultivated after the game. Angry and frustrated, Bryant led his team to his locker room and selling signs only to discover the door was locked. Joe, shoot the blank thing open, he demanded of Alabama State Trooper Joe Smelly. Smelly demurred, claiming bullet ricochet might kill 3 or 4 people. Bryant responded with, "Get your fat fanny out of my way," so he knocked the door off its hinges. Coach Doug Dickey of Volunteers gleefully, but mistakenly, credited his punt gang for win. Tennessee's joy quickly ended as 3 assistant coaches were killed in an auto-train accident during the following week. Next, Georgia Tech beat Auburn 23-14. Louisiana State beat Kentucky by a score of 31-21. Vanderbilt beat Virginia Tech 21-10. Florida State upset Georgia, number 5 team in the country, 10-3. Hard-hitting game turned early in the fourth quarter when Florida State sophomore tailback Bill Mormon, newly promoted from the kicking team, delivered a Rooster 20-yard touchdown run at the end of a 47-yard drive. To that point, battered Georgia led 30-0 on kicker Bob Evers 38-yard field goal in the second quarter and fourth down stand at own 8-yard line in the third quarter. Seminoles added kicker Gene Roberts' late 31-yard field goal after standout linebacker Bill McDowell made recovery of Georgia in Pat Hodgson's fumble reception at Bulldogs' 20-yard line. Yeah, Florida State, man, they put off an upset over number 5 Georgia. Next, Purdue, number 7 team in the country, beat Michigan 17-15. Wolverines had undefeated Purdue on a run in the early portion of the game as their defense trapped Boilermakers. But Michigan got the game's first touchdown halfback Carl Ward's 17-yard run, but could have had wider margin if halfback kicker Rick Seiger had made 2 field goals and extra point. Wide receiver Jim Finley had banner day for Boilers with 11 catches for 159 yards and research for school mark to date for aerial yards. Finley caught early third quarter pass from quarterback Bob Greasy that put visitors ahead 7-6. Greasy changed which of his rollouts in second half and started finding his mark. And Jim Byrne caught another score for 14-6 lead. Wolverines fans forgave Saigo when he booted Michigan back into the lead at 15-14 with a short field goal in the fourth quarter. With the quarterback Wally Gable found in Jack Clancy 40-yard touchdown late in the third quarter. Purdue began its winning march at its 11-yard line, although Greasy was surprised by coaching decision to try 35-yard field goal. He nailed it nonetheless with 55 seconds left. Next, Michigan State. Michigan State Spartans, number 4 team in the country, blew out the University of Ohio State by a score of 32-7. In consecutive weeks, Michigan and then Ohio State were frustrated with minus rushing yards committed by the juggernaut defense of the Michigan State Spartans. But Buckeyes finishing at 22 yards, minus 22 yards. It marked the first time in school history that Buckeyes ended game in the negative rushing yards numbers category. But contrast, Michigan State ranked for 387 yards rushing. Ohio State defense was stumped by an 80-yard touchdown jump by halfback Clinton Jones, who had 132 yards rushing, a touchdown on 16 carries on Michigan State's second scrimmage play of the first quarter. Spartans kicker Dick Kenney told 35-yard field goal linebacker Ron Gouvert trapped Ohio State quarterback Don Umverwerf for safety to give Michigan State a 12-0 lead in the third quarter. After quarterback Umverwerf's touchdown pass trimmed the deficit to 12-7, the Spartans dropped 20-point fourth quarter avalanche on wilting Buckeyes. It was our finest performance of the season, said Coach Duffy Daugherty. Ohio State will play ball control if it gets yardage on first down. Our game plan was to take away that first down yardage. Remarkably, Ohio State was so overwhelmed in the run game that it didn't try true running play in the entire second half as quarterback Don Umverwerf, who hit 14 of 29 for 174 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions, was spilled 3 times on sacks and gained only 5 yards when flushed from pass pocket. Missouri and UCLA ended in a 14-14 tie. Colorado, Iowa State also ended in a 10-10 tie. Arkansas versus Texas. Arkansas, the number 3 team in the country, beat number 1 Texas 27-24. So this is about 2 top 3 teams in the country. Calculated 80-yard drive ended on Arkansas quarterback John Brittenham's 1-yard touchdown run with 1:32 to play. Hard-hitting Hogs defense made Texas tailback Phil Harris cough up 2 first-quarter fumbles, which were directly converted into touchdowns, second of which was mid-air number return 77 yards for score by Porky's defensive back Tommy Trentham. Longhorns battled back to within 20-11 in the second half on kicker David Conway's field goal and quarterback Mark Christinick's touchdown at end of 73-yard march. The Conway and Christinick repeated themselves in the second half as Texas took a 24-20 lead. Dominated stats that would end 401 yards to 181 yards in its favor, but Brittenham rallied Razorbacks hitting 6 passes, including falling down grab, his 4th on drive by Bobby Crockett for 14 yards as key play to set up Brittenham's fateful touchdown plunge for the win. Arkansas win streak reached 17 straight, so That was a big win at the time for number 3 Arkansas over number 1 Texas. Next, we got Southern California, number 16 in the country, shut out University of Stanford, 14-0. Scrappy undermanned Stanford battled USC. The score was tied through the game's first 52 minutes, led by linebacker Bob Rath. And defensive lineman Bill Ostrander. Indians halted 4 plays while Trojans at Stanford 1-yard line in the third quarter on third down play midway in its fourth quarter. Trojans tailback Mike Garrett had a 205 yards rushing on 31 carries, burst for 76 yards, 2 touchdowns, beyond blocks of fullback Gary Fight, had back Rod Sherman, Southern California linebacker Eddie King's interception off quarterback Dave Lewis set up Sherman for late clinching 25-yard touchdown sweep. California beat Washington 16-12. And finally, Washington State beat Arizona by a score of 21-3. Power runs by fullback Larry Elmies had 130 yards rushing on 21 carries. Accurate tosses by quarterback Tom Roth surprising Washington State. Cougars earned game's only first half score as Roth pushed over from 1-yard line. Wildcats defensive back Wally Scott blocked 2 field goals tries in the second quarter. Defensive back Woody King nearly broke away on a punt return in the third quarter, but Arizona had to settle for kicker Jan Komorowski. 31-yard field goal win. Quarterback Phil Albert was sacked twice. Elmies immediately fumbled at his 20-yard line, but Cats were pushed back so far that Komorowski missed field goal. Washington State next went 80 yards with Roth hitting in Doug Flansburgh with 33-yard touchdown pass. So that concludes a look at the week that was week 5. The games that were played on October the 16th, 1965. Let's look at the AP poll as of October 18th. Number 1 was Arkansas, followed by number 2 Michigan State, number 3 Nebraska, number 4 Southern California, number 5 Texas, number 6 Purdue, number 7 Notre Dame, number 8 Florida, number 9 Louisiana State, and number 10 Georgia. So that concludes a look at the week that was college football history review for week 5 of the games that were played on October the 16th, 1965. Hopefully you enjoy everything that I talked about, and be back with another video of this magnitude. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.